We'll drink a drink a drink to Lily the pink, the pink, the pink, the savior of the human race. She invented medicinal compound, most efficacious in any case. Okay, I'll stop singing. Don't click on the little X, please. This is Jane Clowater coming at you from my own kitchen in rural Virginia. Now, I never really intended to do a video on medical marijuana or Rick Simpson's miracle marijuana oil, but my nephew brought up the topic after Thanksgiving dinner, so here's my response. Rick Simpson is a Canadian who's a little bit older than I am, which means he might have been a hippie, and he gives instructions on how to make a curative oil from cannabis indica, which produces more of a body buzz, go Google that one, than cannabis sativa does. But it's hallucinogenic nonetheless, because it does have THC in it. Both of them get you high. He claimed to have rubbed it on his skin cancer, which was cured in a matter of a few days. All I can say to such anecdotal evidence is, who knows? Other claims to cure other cancers, prostate, glaucoma, melanoma, leukemia, eating disorders, skin ailments, diabetes, liver disease, and a host of other things. You get the picture. Marijuana products are famous for bringing on the munchies, so maybe it does cure a certain type of eating disorder. If lack of appetite is an eating disorder, yeah to that one. I wouldn't recommend that people with any of those other cancers fire the doctor and just turn to the oil. And I'm not claiming to know it all, and I'm not even claiming that the oil is useless. However, a panacea or something that claims to cure too many things is always suspicious. It may lessen the effects of nausea or menstrual cramps, but so would Midol without the hallucinatory effect. Now, how would I know that? Go figure. Healthline.com informs us that a 2014 study using mice indicated that THC and CBD extracts, which both come from the hemp plant, appeared to prepare cancer cells to respond to radiation. Note that they still had the radiation. They didn't use it instead of radiation. And another study on actual humans like us indicate that THC made lung and brain cancer cells grow faster. Whoops. One 14-year-old girl had her leukemia treated this way, and her family worked with Rick Simpson in making the oil correctly. His books all tell how to make the oil, and his even though he doesn't charge, the oil isn't a commercial product, his website points you to buying the books, so I guess that's how he makes money from the whole thing. But anyway, this girl that had her leukemia treated that way, it appeared to improve after a few months of treatment, but then she died of an unrelated digestive ailment. Well, again, I say, who knows? That doesn't really prove or even indicate anything. Most of us have known people who thought their cancer was cured, or the doctor said they couldn't find it anywhere, only to find a few months later that it appeared in another part of their body or in the same part again. Are there side effects? Well, what do you think? Some of this list could be rattled off by people who know heavy pot smokers. Anxiety, disorientation, depression, irritability, paranoia when everything is wrong, so wrong. Hallucinations. It is, after all, marijuana is classified as a hallucinogen. Now, a hallucination doesn't have to be necessarily that you have a conversation with a caterpillar that is sitting on top of a mushroom, like the one in Alice in Wonderland. A hallucination could be more like, I feel the brain cells just popping out, and every one of them produces more brain cells. So people say that this stuff kills brain cells, but I have more popping out than are dying. Actually, I'm getting smarter. Now, it can also cause physical side effects, such as low blood pressure, bloodshot eyes, dizziness, slow digestion, sleeping issues, impaired motor control and reaction time, and impaired memory. Again, a lot of us could have made most of that list. For sure, all that would be worth a cancer cure or a diabetes cure or a cure of some otherwise incurable disease. It would be totally worth it. But more real research is needed before RSO, or Rick Simpson Oil, can be called a cure. In the meantime, if you want to use cannabis products, you probably will. Just don't go convincing yourself that it's medicinal. And don't convince other sick people that it will fix them up and cure whatever that they have, especially relatives of yours that would never knowingly partake of hallucinogenic drugs. Knowing that there were Christians in the room, my nephew suggested that perhaps God had placed this product on earth to help us. Okay, then why isn't it mentioned in the Bible? Those of you who aren't Christians won't care, but why isn't it mentioned in the Bible? That would be important. And other than a Genesis, there is one Genesis verse that refers to herbs, and it's a verse that the Rastafarians, of course, love to love, end quote. Why would God, the God of all reality, encourage hallucinogenic drug use that alters reality? That's what it is. Why doesn't it point us to Jesus? My opinion is this. If cannabis products did not get people high, there would be no medical marijuana movement. And I wouldn't be sitting here right now doing this. And people I know would not be making these claims, like people before us did with Lydia Pinkham's medicinal compound, which also contained herbs and spices and a wee bit of alcohol. Non-drinkers drank it joyfully, abundantly. And Rick Simpson would not be a medical marijuana guru for the do-it-yourselfer. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. You will not insult me. People I know well know that. Like, share, subscribe. Until then, seek and you shall find. Matthew 7:7.